Okay, great. Can
Yeah,
you see me now?
yeah. Oh, good. Now I can see you. And then,
Okay,
oh, you were also having
we are,
issues connecting?
we are live now. We are live now.
Oh, we
It's
are?
rolling.
Oh, it's
Yes,
rolling? Okay.
yes.
Hi, everyone. This is Khuraira. Welcome to Dialogue with Khuraira. In case you're new to this platform, Dialogue with Khuraira is a platform where we celebrate what we call the unsung heroes. Who are the unsung heroes? Unsung heroes are individuals doing incredible things in their various communities, whereby maybe the spotlight is not on them, but they're changing lives every day through their humanitarian efforts. We bring them to you so that they can motivate you, inspire you, and hopefully also you can start doing something positive in your own community to better uplift the lives of those that are less privileged among us. So today we have a young CEO. He's actually has the name of my father, so Mr. Musa. What I will do, sir, I'm going to have you talk about your self. I mean, introduce yourself, say everything that is on that bio, whatever you want to share. Then after we're done with that, then I will ask questions. Why I do that is because sometimes it's really kind of difficult to say some words because it has to do with a name of a city or somewhere that I don't want to butcher it. So I allow like my guests to talk about their bios, and then we ask questions. So I don't know what happened. Where is my guest, Mr. Musa? Okay, you're
I'm
back.
here.
Yeah,
I'm
so
here.
please kindly welcome to Dialogue with Hurera. We're so excited to have you. And go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Musa Olatunji. I'm the CEO of BeMORE Global Consulting, which is a consulting firm that deals with focuses more on professionals across different globes. We do more of management consulting, travel advisory, getting of second citizenship, and most especially we focus on project management that relates to social impact across different countries. Over the years, we've been able to execute projects across different continents, America, most especially Africa and East African countries, then the other continent as well. BeMORE Global Consulting has always been part of my passion ever since I've been a professional working in different sectors. When you read my profile, a lot of people actually ask me, how do you do it at this younger age? How were you able to achieve most of all these things you've been able to achieve? I tell them there are three C's that I learned a lot from my role models and my mentor, Bishop Gideon Titi Ofe, who happens to be the president of Accra Business School. He told me the three things that you need to do in every journey of your life, every decision you want to take. The very first one, you need to have that conviction. When you have that conviction that, yes, this particular journey you want to embark on, you're convinced enough that, yes, this is the right track. Then the next one you need to put, the next C that you need to put in place is the commitment. How commitment are you towards achieving your set goals, your set objectives, the mission? Then you need to put in the consistency. I've been an active volunteer ever since my primary school to date. Even though in my primary school days I didn't know it was called volunteering, but I just love the heart of selflessness. So over time, I now realize, okay, it is actually called volunteering, and I've been doing that actively till date. So, and over the time, as a human being, we always feel, okay, there is this, when you put in something, when you put in an effort, you're expecting some results. But over time, I realized the result was not forthcoming after being volunteering for over a decade. But that didn't push me aside because of I was doing it for passion, not necessarily for the gratification. But my consistency over the years now brought me to where I am today and who I am presently right now, and definitely who I will become in the nearest future. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, well, you have said really in a short, you just didn't even want to talk about your bio. But anyway, people, his bio is all over. You can read it. This young man is, and Mr. Musa, is it okay if I ask you how old you are? Because I was blown away looking at your picture and seeing your bio. I'm like, is this for real? Like, so if you want to share your age, we'll be more than happy to know. But looking at your face, you're very, very young. And so if you want to tell the audience how old you are.
Okay, there is nothing to hide about that. I'm privileged to be born June 12, 1988. So presently I'm 30. I clocked 35 years this year.
Wow. Well, honestly, you look like 28. That is why I didn't even but still, you have accomplished so much. And you really have said something that I always tell people, is you have to have passion. Passion, which is what is conviction that you really want this bad. And when you want that, you have to commit. And after you commit, that means even if you're making money, you're not making money, you have to get up and say, I must achieve that dream. And then apart from that, which is consistency. Consistency is key in anything in life, be it whatever you want to do in life. If you're not consistent, it's not gonna work out. And you are the proof of that. But I know you said that you started in secondary school and you didn't even know what it meant, what you were doing actually meant volunteering. But Mr. Musa, there must be also beyond before then. I think maybe it has to do with your parents. It has to do somehow. It must have started somewhere. Somebody must have instilled that in you to have that passion, or you just decided to just be the person you are.
I grew up let me share a bit background of my background. I grew up from one of the vulnerable environments in Lagos State, Nigeria.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, we had almost like 11 friends that were of the same age range. And while growing up, the environment is so vulnerable enough that majority of those cliques that we grew up together were being misled. And I, as a person, I've always known myself to be someone that will be of great value, but I didn't know the direction to take. So I was lucky enough to have mentors, people I look up to, even from that same environment.
Yeah.
So I will say first, God grace.
Yeah.
Then the next thing is I have that focus.
Yeah.
I knew I can be more.
Yeah.
That is where where you see everything about the brand,
Yeah.
everything about me, BeMORE, More Global Foundation. You always see, I always knew I am more. I needed to do more. I have a lot of things to do in this life to impart and also create sustainability for myself as well.
Yeah.
So that kind of mindset, that perspective and ideology about life actually shapes my life. Like you said, my parents also, when I look at them, my mom, she's a business trader. My dad also into the construction line. I see all what they do. They work so hard.
Yeah.
We are 8 siblings. They work so hard.
Yeah.
And that alone also motivated me that once you keep working, once you focus on your goals, you keep putting in your best, definitely results will come at the end.
Yeah. Well, you have mentioned actually, first of all, you gave credit to your parents being hard workers and being consistent. You grew up seeing that. You also had a clique of friends, some that fell off and some that stayed, but you had always wanted to be more, which is now it goes back to the same thing, is that you have to be hungry. You have to be hungry to be somebody. Nothing, even if it is handed to you, if you're not hungry enough to sustain it, it's going to be to waste. Then you also look for mentors. You are like, this guy, if I follow this guy, I may end up on this side of the street, but if I follow this person, I may end up on this other good side of the street. So young people, youth especially nowadays, that everybody wants to be Barna Boy the next day, or Sake, or whatever those big time musicians in Nigeria. Afrobeat now had taken over the world.
Yeah,
uh,
yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
what would you like tell them right now from your young age? The accomplishment, honestly, you have, it's that of over a 70-year-old person. Not even
Wow.
will ever go half of that. And a lot you have done to touch lives, not even just for your own selfish self improvement, but you have improved all other people's lives. What would you tell a young boy right now that was once you in that humble beginnings? What would you tell your young you, which many are at that situation right now?
Hmm. There is always this thing I always tell people. I am also a mentor on different global platforms. And one of the major important thing as a mentor is they need to see themselves in you as a mentor. Then you as a mentor, you need to see yourself when you're younger in the mentee, so that
Mhm.
you can easily guide them through. So whenever young people reach out to me, I'm also young. I'm
Yeah,
not old.
of course.
Whenever fellow young people reach out to me, the most important thing I tell them is, how hungry are you towards achieving your success? When you know how hungry are you, then we need to now start mapping out what are the strategy, how do you strategically position yourself, what are the skill sets that you need to achieve your set goals, your set objective, your mission in life. Irrespective, there will always be challenges,
Yeah,
because life is not a straight road.
yeah,
Even me that I am here today, I have my own challenges as well, and I'm still facing some. I know how I was able to overcome some, and some I had to learn from the lesson as well.
yeah,
So for every young person, there is no shortcut.
yeah.
There is no shortcut. The shortcut
Very
you're thinking
correct.
is a shortcut will definitely take you to a longer route.
Yeah,
So why don't you follow the right path, put in the right resources and time that it requires? Then the most important thing is, you need to be with the right people at the right time, access the right information, process it the right time. So which are very important things that I usually advise fellow young people.
yeah,
And most especially, don't there is what we call delayed gratification. When you are too eager that I'm doing something right now, I want to achieve the results immediately. It might come, you might be lucky, it might come,
yeah,
but most time it doesn't come immediately. You need to first of all before you harvest, you need to first of all plant,
yeah.
wait for it to germinate before you can harvest.
You're
Thank you.
right. You're right. And it's great that you said that. I had a young lady who is really working hard to start her business, and she's like, Auntie Herrera, I tried this. I think it was gonna work, and it's like I'm constantly being hit. But she is passionate. And I said to her, I said, you see, social media, don't be fooled with social media, because social media, we are kind of conditioned to share only good stuff. I actually saw a post one time on LinkedIn where he said, how I wish that we can actually share our real selves, like what we go through every day on social media. You will think that, you know what, me that you see here sitting and smiling, you are probably 1,000% better than me. Or anyway, so you have to understand that everybody that you think is shining, they have that low moment. They have that moment where they are like, I am done. I am not going to do this anymore. It's not working. But the only thing that pulled them through to be that Mark Zuckerberg, the Apple creator, the Amazon, the companies like Amazon, the Barna Boys, or whoever you think, even if it's a politician you look up to back home, if you really sit down with them and ask questions how they got to where they got to, there are times that it's not pretty. It is not pretty. So you're right. You have to choose the right people. You have to choose. You have to really actually pick what you love. I always tell people, whatever you're going to get yourself involved in, don't go for the money. Go for the passion. The money will come. So, and that is exactly what you talked about here regarding conviction, commitment, and consistency. And that's why you are where you are today. And so there's some like maybe young people that will be looking at you like, oh my God, he did this, he did that. Is there advice that you can give to them? I mean, you already said something, but in terms of like, if they're going to start their company right now, like if they look at you and say, oh, I actually think I have an idea and I want to be the next Musa Olatunji? Olatunji. I want to be the next one. What would you tell that young man or young woman?
Okay. For every decision you want to take in life, it is very important. Like I will emphasize on the 3 C's again. For every decision, for every action you want to take, it is important that you need to have that conviction first. Once you have the conviction, then you need to now break it down before you move to the next C. You need to now break it down by knowing, okay, let's take for example, you want to open a consulting firm like mine. What skills do you have? What sellable skills do you have? Like me, I've worked in different sectors. I've worked as a banker. I've worked as an accountant in oil and gas, manufacturing, telecommunication. So all those skills over the years, I've been able to acquire them. And it got to a point I felt, okay, now I can stand on my own. I've acquired enough skills that I believe it can start from somewhere. I can definitely start from somewhere. But it's unfortunate that we are in a Gen Z world where where we all believe everything should be starting from the phone. Yes, you can start from your phone, you can start small, but what are those starting point resources do you have? Most especially, what value are you bringing to the table? And when you're talking about the value, not necessarily the physical cash, we're talking about skills. We're talking about skills because as a CEO, if you're starting your business small, you are the CEO, you are the marketer, you are the finance person, accountant, you are the operation manager. So do you possess all those skills?
Yeah.
If you don't possess all those skills, yes, it doesn't stop you from starting. What that means is you need additional hand. But when we look at it from the angle of the smaller scales, the SMEs, so what that means is before you can start, you need to acquire those basic skills. Yes, you might be good, maybe you might be good in marketing. Then definitely you just need basic skills in accounting, basic skills in how to operate, basic skills in branding and all sorts. So skills, very important. Then the next set of things that you need to look at, how credible is your network? Because when you're starting a business, the very first contact points you need, those who need to believe in your business, are either your family or friends or close circle. If such people don't patronize you, you need to go back to the drawing board and look at what you're trying to dish out to them. Irrespective of how bad your circle might be, 1 or 2 persons must definitely believe in your dream or believe in the products or services you are offering. When I started mine in 2019, yes, it took almost 2 years before people started believing, oh, so definitely this guy is now a business consultant. Like you said, I look like someone who is like 28 years. That's a lot when you say you're a consultant and people look at you. How old are you that you want to be a consultant?
And
Not
you're asking me to invest my millions with you.
not until I now show them my portfolio.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the things I've been able to do. And also, as a young person, technology is of our own advantage. I leverage on technology to have access to over 100 plus countries where I have people, not just people that I can say, I'm not so sure this person wants I reach, people on standby
Yeah.
that they just want me to even come to their country, maybe come and be their partner or something. Because over the years, I've been able to build that relationship, leveraging on the internet, not necessarily being in that country. I've
Yeah.
only been I've only been to less than 10 countries.
And
But I
LinkedIn
have
is the perfect place to do that, you know?
exactly. So
Yeah.
I leverage on technology to diversify my own reach. And that has actually helped my company to grow. That's why I can come online and I can say, yes, my consulting firm might be young, but the achievement we've been able to have over the years has superseded those who didn't leverage on technology. So as a young person, leverage on the technology is of our advantage. Also, most importantly, try as much as possible. Be genuine with your services or products. Let it be focused on solving problem, not creating more problems. Thank you.
That is, you have said so many great points there. I know there's this old saying, your value is as good as your Rolodex. So that is what your network. You know, if you have great network, the opportunity to excel, it's wide open. And how do you create great network? It doesn't happen overnight. It happens by keeping constant a relationship with people, respecting each other, appreciating each other. Don't be like those people that are users. You know, I don't need you until when I need something. You should be with people that from the day you were together, because you never know. I know my mom had taught me, said, Khuraira, when you are climbing the ladder, and I think parents say that to everybody, but she used to tell me that, you know, Khuraira, you know, you came from a village and you're blessed, and you know, you have little change. Remember, these village people, if you don't build them, the day you're coming down, you know, you're gonna have to meet them, and they will, it's either they will uh, um, open their hands and help you forward and to protect you, or they leave you alone. So it's really, you know, our parents, we think they are not educated, but they say sensible things that we take for granted. At that time, I'm thinking like I'm young, like what is she talking about? But now I see what she's talking about, because she taught me to always maintain relationship with people. And I can proudly say my childhood friends that I grew up with are still my best friends. So, and these people also had touched different lives, had grown and have their own network. They will, if your own childhood friends cannot testify for you, then you got a problem. So it is for your village people or your community people. Like you said, you start with your immediate community. And if your immediate community do not trust you, then there's a problem. So maintaining that integrity is very important. And also expertise is so important. The same thing as what you're talking about, skills. You have to be an expert in where you want to, the business you want to run. And even if you want to, you know, you have to that a little bit of background where it carries weight when you are trying to explain something. Not like, okay, I'm just going to Google something and I'll go there and see, I'll convince somebody to give me 10 million naira or 100 million naira because, you know, I Googled how to be a consultant, you know? So you're right about that. And honestly, if our people can understand the importance of LinkedIn instead of wasting their time on Snapchat and WhatsApp, and Instagram. I'm posting things and do more of beautiful, really great profiles on LinkedIn and start promoting what they do. They will be amazed how the world of professionals can come to them knocking, because that's where you get the real business gurus. They are in LinkedIn, not on Facebook, not on Instagram, maybe Instagram, but LinkedIn is where you need to be if you want to do something with your life. So in regards to, you said also you guys do project, not just on Africa, you also do it in the US. So how did that come about? And what kind of project can you walk us through? Obviously, you can only say things that your company can allow you. We know that that is private stuff, but whatever you can help young people like this. For me, I'm so excited to have someone like you, because I don't want to hear those 35 people laying down there and telling me, Auntie Khuraira, I don't know how I can make 2 kobo. So please walk them, let them see some of the ideas. Maybe it will help somebody watching this dialogue.
Okay, like I said earlier, I leverage, over the years, I've been able to build different network across different countries. And one of the things that I was able to do was leveraging on different platforms that I volunteer. Those are part of the strategic positioning, how to strategically position yourself. We have different platforms. Okay, you're passionate about me. My own passion has always been youth development, governance, politics, and there's peace building. These are the tracks that have been over the years I've been volunteering. So I tend to, first of all, identify the platforms that resonate with my own ideology.
Okay.
Because it's not every platform. That's why I said the right platform, the right people. So I strategically position myself to belong to such platform that resonate with my own ideology. Then once I join those platforms, I let them, irrespective of the numbers of people on that platform, I make sure I registered myself there. You know who is Musa Olatunji, even if you don't know the name of my company.
Yeah.
You must definitely know Musa Olatunji. If you don't know Musa Olatunji, either you know the name of my company.
Yeah.
So I make sure I am the brand ambassador of my brand and of myself. But not just being a brand ambassador. What value do I bring to the table? Because it is very important that even when you join a platform, it is not just one-sided. It has to be value for value. This is how best I believe you can build a sustainable relationship, irrespective of anywhere that you find yourself. So on such platform, I let them know the value I have and also keep volunteering my time, my resources, contributing back to that same platform.
Yeah.
So from there, I get a lot of friends. I make sure I make myself available to those that I've been able to reach out to. And from that platform, there's a particular platform I know. It's the admin might sanction me, but I will definitely mention it. The admin happens to be a very good friend of mine. The platform is called the Bright Future of Nigeria, TFN. In this particular platform, we have young
that is
billionaires.
good. Maybe some people will join his platform. Why would he get it? Listen, this is the whole idea. Share so that other people can benefit. Thank you for sharing.
And I know some of them might be watching right now.
Say it again so other people can hear. I don't think you will get in trouble.
Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. I'm going to talk about that particular platform. This particular platform that I'm talking about, we have very young and vibrant billionaires, multi-millionaires. These are not scammers. These are not Yahoo guys. These are guys in the same economy that we find ourselves, that every young person is shouting, no money, Nigeria is not good. And these are people legitimately making their billions, making their money. And ever since I joined this platform, it has actually inspired me a lot. I've been able to build capacity of before when I'm owing like 3 million, I won't
Yeah.
be able to sleep.
Ah,
But now, but now I can sleep confidently because I see those who are even younger than me and those who are above me that they
yeah.
are doing amazing things. And I looked at their story. Many times they share their story, their own journey on the group as well. And I look at the track record. These guys are doing it. They don't have two heads.
Yeah.
Let me move closer. Let me try and learn. So I think one ingredient of moving forward, one ingredient of success, of growth is you need to be open to learn. You need to be open-minded, have that mindset, growth mindset. It is very important.
Yeah.
If you have a growth mindset, there is nothing impossible that you cannot achieve. So that has actually helped me. So such platforms, the Brighter Future Nigeria, we have the likes of Young African Leaders Initiative, which
Mhm.
is an initiative of a U.S. Department of State
Yeah.
during Barack Obama administration, and
Mhm.
it's still running.
Yeah.
This particular platform have access to all African countries where
Wow.
you'll be meeting like-minded young people who are doing amazing things. So I
Yeah.
usually recommend such platforms too. Then we have other global platforms, the likes of, I'm passionate about education. So I was once a global youth ambassador for the award in
Mhm.
London, which happens to be owned by the former Prime Minister of UK, Gordon
Oh,
Brown.
wow.
Sarah Brown actually owns the organization. So
See.
during those periods, I met a lot of young people from different countries who are global ambassadors too,
Mhm.
championing quality education, most especially for children in their
Yeah.
respective countries. So I try as much as possible to connect with them. Whenever they have a project, I can easily volunteer my skills. I'm not in their country, but I
Yeah.
can easily volunteer my skills, maybe do research, help them to prepare budgets, so many other skills that I can
Mhm.
remotely do for them.
Yeah.
So from all those kind of platforms, I've been able to build diverse network of people.
Yeah.
And from this network, it is not just all about making money, but
Mhm.
actually building a genuine relationship.
Yeah.
One of the mistake that fellow young people that we make is we don't build genuine relationship
Yeah.
because we've listened to so many different motivational speakers that your network is your net worth. Yes,
Mm.
but how do you actually turn that your network to your network? Is
Yeah.
it by selfishly leveraging on those platforms or by building genuine relationship that will give you sustainability? So we need to actually differentiate it.
Yeah.
So most young people, they just come, oh, this person has money, I can just
Mhm.
sell this product,
And they
one
can
time
see through
service,
you.
just give.
They can see through you, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one time service, you just get the money and you leave. Whereas this person that you're looking at can actually refer and even give you gigs that are
Yeah.
far, far more than what you are expecting.
Yeah.
So you need to first of all build genuine relationship, be intentional, be really interested in the growth of that person, not you just coming, taking something and just leave.
Yeah.
So me, I've been blessed. I've been blessed to be able to build genuine relationship. So that is what I've been leveraging on right now. When I resigned from my job,
Yeah.
so I was able to build genuine relationship over time, and I'm leveraging on it to build myself, to build my business, and to also give back to the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
And also, Mr. Musa, to be able to do that, and even you said something very important, you're open to growth, but the most important thing behind that is humility.
Yeah.
A lot of young people, little success gets into their head, and they think that, who is he anyways? I got this millions, I don't have to, or I have this family member, or I have this connection, I'm not going to sit and learn from them. And in order for you to grow, you have to have the humility to say that I don't know everything. Let me see what is Mr. Musa doing that got him here. and then, you know, or whatever in that group, because there are some people that, you like you said, some are multimillionaire or some whatever, but you know, there are something special about them that they're also doing. So I think humility is very important, and open to learning from others, as you mentioned, is great. Keeping genuine relationship, not copy it, trying to see, oh, let me copy what he is is it BeMORE, is it, what's the name of your company, the BeMORE, right? BeMORE, yeah, BeMORE. I like that. BeMORE. Let me see what he did quickly, and God, let me copy it and get out. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Like he said, he created his genuine relationship, that he can actually pick up a phone and call, and they are happy to hear him and inviting him to come. That doesn't happen with just trying to use people. And so that now we understand why you are really where you are. You know, you genuinely want to help others, and also helping others open doors. I love that you said you were volunteering before you understood the meaning of volunteering. You know, it's true. I always said, you know, like people would my aunt, I think, instill being a giver when I was growing up, without even knowing that it was going to become my life, you know, because she will always give people. She will always tell me, they don't have enough. I have little. We didn't have that much too. But she will always share. She always shares. So I grew up seeing that she always want to share the little she has. And then to me now, it is not a big deal for me to share my last kobo, because I know tomorrow there's a way that God will bring it back somehow, you know.
Absolutely.
And you said that there's something that you guys are doing, second citizenship. What is that, please?
Okay. Yes. While let me just start the story. I hope we have enough time.
Oh yeah, I think you know, we have been having glitches, so we started pretty late.
Okay.
Our manager will, show manager will definitely let us know. I think because we started honestly pretty late. So go ahead, no worries. Go ahead. We are listening.
Okay. Okay. Yes. The CBI simply means citizenship by investment. So it's in two ways. It's either you get it through donation, or you get it through by investment.
Okay.
So how I came about this, it's not directly from my company. I personally work as a business development consultant for UAE based
Okay.
company in Dubai.
Okay.
So, but how I got to know about it is through my travels when I went to Russia last year for a particular economic program. It's called SPIF, St. Petersburg International Economic Forum.
Okay.
It's usually hosted by the president of Russia every year.
Okay.
So I was selected to attend based on my experience and community engagement and professional levels as well.
Yeah.
So when I got there, you know, international forums, you need to network, you need to get more contact. So I met a friend of mine who is a diplomat working with the Grenada embassy in Moscow. So over time, we've been engaging. So he connected me with the company CEO. So they actually came to Nigeria in February.
Wow.
Despite the whole negative narrative that we have. Like I
Nigeria
always say,
is, trust you, don't even listen. We complain about Nigeria at home more than how the global people look at Nigeria. Nigeria is a gold mine. Everybody's
exactly.
eye is in Nigeria. Trust me. You know, but so go ahead. I don't want to mess up your story. Let's go.
So despite the whole narrative, I am always a brand ambassador of my country. In every international forums event I attend, I make sure I brand my country. I make sure I tell them, no, forget about the narrative you're reading online. Our country is so blessed 220 million people, you think it's a joke. It's never a joke.
And a
We
lot
have
are educated, a lot.
exactly. So I was able to convince them to come down to Nigeria, the CEO with her family, with other executives. So we met and we were able to seal the deal. Now I worked with them as a business development consultant. So what CBI simply does is getting you a second citizenship. So Grenada and other Caribbean countries and European countries are those countries who process CBI. Yes, it's my possible. The targets are usually the high value network because of the amount involved.
So how much does that cost someone that wants to be a citizen of such countries?
Yeah, for Grenada in particular, we're talking about if you're coming in with through the donation. Talking about $150,000, depending on how many family members you are adding, because it's not just for the particular individual. You can add up your families. Then for the true investment for Grenada, we have the $220,000 for the investment, which is return at the ROI is in 5 years in form of shares. Then the other additional expenses, maybe processing fee and other government fee, because these are government license programs.
So you have to go through the Nigerian government and the Grenada government to get this deal.
No. The organization I'm working with, it's One World Migration. They are the international license organization that works directly with the Grenada embassy. So they are the one processing it. I'm working with them as a business development consultant. What I meant by government program is CBI is a government program directly from the Grenada embassy, St. Kitts, Vanuatu, all those Caribbean countries. So it's not just a private entity trying to carve out a program. No.
I see.
It is government approved programs from each of those countries.
So
that's what I meant.
Yeah, so there's everything is legal, and so basically these are wealthy Nigerians or wealthy other African country citizens that wants to just have a second citizenship in this area, but these countries are so small. Like economic wise, why would you want a second citizenship of Grenada when you are from Nigeria? What is the advantage there? I'm sorry if I'm acting, but I really want to understand.
It's very important. It's a very important question. For Grenada, I usually market more of Grenada because one, Grenada has over 158 plus visa-free countries.
That's saving money, including the US.
The US, you will get the EB2 visa, which is you're in the US, so I don't need to explain that.
No, we don't. Thank God we don't have to do
visa
fees.
For Schengen, it covers the Schengens, the Japan, the Singapore, the UK, and most of these Caribbean countries are colony of UK.
Yes.
So you have access to UK, Schengen, all the 26, 27 countries of the Europe, Schengen countries. Then you have the EB2 visa for US and others. So that alone, I think for a business-minded person, one thing that restricts growth of a person is if you don't have free movement.
Yes, very important.
I don't want to demarket our country. You know what our passport is costing for us.
You are right. Because my next question was, okay, we got that. And this is the advantage. I'm glad that you mentioned visa. So, for example, how much does it cost one to get a visa to the US, to get a visa to Dubai, to get a visa to London, visa to China, and all this? Okay, add up all that. If you're a businessman, if you put all that and you have to travel at least maybe every month, but maybe the visa, obviously, if you're going to get a visa to the US, they will give you probably 2 years, right? At least 2 years. But now I heard that they extended it to 5 years. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but if we look at the cost, if we add all that, it's really probably worthwhile paying the 150 if you're a business person, to get the citizenship of that country, because you're not going to pay all those visa fees, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're looking at.
Yeah, those are parts of the advantage. And also, you know, as a citizen, what it means is you're also benefiting from the same country as well.
Yeah.
And then when you look at most of these Caribbean countries, these are tourist centers. So as a business person, you can easily go into such country, create your own, maybe possibly build an hotel
Yeah.
or create a recreation center,
Yeah.
something that can, you know, the economy is being is thriving on the sectors of tourism and other sectors like that. But you can just easily go there, establish your business. You are a legal citizen, so
Yeah.
you are earning from their country. You are earning from your own country
Yes,
as well.
yes. And also they follow the rule and orders, which makes business easy, you know, transacting business easier. So yeah, now I understand, you know. Oh, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So, and then in regards to uh, you said you're very, very interested in education. It's your passion. So if you look at like our education system now, looking at what is going on, let's put primary school aside. I think like secondary school to me, middle school to secondary to high school here we call it middle, which is I think SS1 and SS, right, is the same thing. Junior secondary school and senior secondary school. So if you look at that, that is really where this is a turning point where one's life really can change for the better or for the worse. What do you think in our educational system can we put in place that can really build a mindset of Mr. Musa Olatunji, the BeMORE CEO, and many others that are in that group of yours? Because not everybody is fortunate to be able to have that mindset like you or all those other ones. But I think the school system can really help create creative future leaders or game changers. Is there anything that you would like to share in that aspect?
Yeah, we've over the years. Thank you for the question, which is very important. Over the years, we've actually been advocating for a change in curriculum of the school, most especially government schools,
Yeah.
because we know larger percentage of an average Nigerians attend government-owned secondary schools. And like you said, secondary schools are the turning point for
Yeah.
every young person. This is where you start making decision for yourself. You start making decision that will affect how you will become and what you'll be engaging yourself with. So
Yeah.
our curriculum needs to be overall changed. Most especially, we need to uh, focus more on building relevant skills. Because when you look at our curriculum, you're still talking about it's outdated.
Yeah. Theory.
It's not.
Everything is in
It,
theory.
exactly. It's not catching up with the new era we find ourselves. So
Yeah.
that's why we see so many teenagers, whatever they learn online, they just implement. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you look at this social media, it is not being well regulated. You
Yeah.
just consume whatever information you consume. If you're not careful enough, you'll be misguided. Like my wife was telling me, sorry, I have to say this on your platform.
Yeah.
My wife was telling me that a particular channel, a woman, they were
Mhm.
talking about something that is not in our own culture.
Yeah.
Yes, I know in the supposed word, yes, it is part of their own culture. But because my son has access to the television,
Yeah.
has access to the platform,
Hmm.
immediately he's consuming those kind of information.
Yeah.
And if we were not there to guide him through,
He will pick
definitely
that up. Hmm.
it will. So likewise, this is how our own secondary school system is.
Yeah.
Whatever information they teach us, the educators are passing to the students. This is what form part of their lifestyle.
Yeah.
So we need to, first of all, take care of our curriculum, include relevant information, relevant skills, relevant curriculum that can actually shaping their life,
Yeah.
actually contributing, that will actually contribute to their success story, to who they are going to become. Then also in our secondary school, we need to put in the vocational skills, because
Yes.
when you look at it, majority of us, yeah, I studied accounting. I was fortunate enough to practice accounting for 6, 7 years, but not many people are opportune.
Yes.
I
You're
know a
right.
lot of my friends when I was in the banking industry. When I was in the banking industry within 2011, 2012, I had lots of my friends. In fact, 70% they studied electrical. I think they call it electrical electronics or something.
Okay.
And they were 70% that they were selected to be in the banking industry. Yes, we are going to be taught. We went through the training school, through rigorous process. But in my mind, I'm like, we had the banking and finance students. I
Yeah.
did not. They are supposed to be here, but here we are. Even me, that I'm in the management line,
Yeah.
we have just 10% of us, and we
That's all.
have electronics 70%. And this is how it is in almost every sector.
Yeah.
So what that means is that it is not necessarily what you study that you might be practicing in the nearest future due to the dynamics of our economy. So what that means in the secondary school, there is need for vocational skills to
Yeah.
learn different skill sets that can actually contribute to one growth in life. So
So,
that is very important. Also, it is very important on how do we leverage on technology.
okay.
If there is no crime, if junior secondary school students, they are
Yeah.
building, they are leveraging on technology, on AI to build different products,
Yeah.
to create solutions that can actually solve a lot of our educational system issues, our economic issues, agri-tech, business tech, eco-tech, edu-tech. We have a lot. So it is not just about the curriculum alone, about the vocational skills. It's about leveraging on the technology as well. Those three key things are very important
Yeah.
to me, and this is what we've actually been advocating for. And so far so good. At least to some extent, we've met some honorable members, and I think they are also seeing the why of
Don't worry
pushing.
about it. It happens to me sometimes. I don't.
Sorry.
Maybe something is coming up or whatever, but it's okay. No problem. Go ahead.
Okay. So we are also pushing
Yeah.
through not just making mouths on the social media. We are also
Yes.
meeting some of the House of Assembly senators to try and talk to them and lobby and how they are going to push such bills.
Yeah.
While I was at the National Assembly in 2019, through European and Black Legislative Internship Program, one of the bill that my own particular caucus proposed was creating a counseling unit in secondary schools,
Oh, yes.
because we also lack that presently in our secondary schools.
Oh,
And
definitely.
counseling is as a form of mentorship,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
because
Some
I
people
know
need
this.
it,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
you know. But it's kind of difficult. Like it's and which I feel like we're in a way moving forward and at the same time moving backward. There are certain things that we want to be so advanced, but the other things when it comes to mental issues, it's like a no area to go. And I think that in this world nowadays, and what is really observed, uh, uh, watched or put into your head just by looking at the images, like you said, you're a young child, and also young men and women, is that it can really mess you up. and then you're now confused. You don't have somebody to listen to you at home, and then you don't have that outlet also in school. That's why here in this country, there's counseling. There are counselors in there to help teenagers going through rough patches. You're right about that. And then we're talking about, I think he just maybe network is coming back, but he was talking about skills. It's so true. We really need to have vocational centers in secondary schools, because, for example, when they finish secondary school, some may not be fortunate enough to go to university, but if they have learned that vocational training, they'll be able to fend for themselves using that expertise or skills they've learned to make a living. Yeah, so I don't know what network. I was so excited with Mr. Olatunji. Your network is so good. Now network is bringing us drama. So finish your thing. Are you still on the education? Definitely vocational counseling, revisiting the curriculum, and especially also now that we all have to really focus on utilizing the internet for what can finding jobs to create wealth. We should have those things in school, even if you don't have computer for each student, but at least each class should have one or two computers where the children can dabble on to learn the key things before they're able to access a real computer. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like I love the fact that you're able to rephrase all those key points that I mentioned. But most importantly is the willingness, the political willingness for every sector, because this is not just about our leaders. It also goes back to the parental guidance as well.
Yeah.
Because how many hours does a student spend in the school? The major hours is back home. So what are the leadership traits that both parents are exhibiting that the teenagers are looking up to? And how are you guiding them? Because when we look at our community, our environment today, we complain a lot about bad leadership. I tell people these are not aliens. They are from our own respective household.
Yeah.
So what this means is we have a foundational problem right from our homes. So what the role of parenting is very important. Even if you don't talk, by actions, they are picking it up.
Oh,
My son, for example, whenever I sneeze and I don't cover my mouth, he does the same thing immediately.
How old is he?
Now that
How old
I
is
know,
your son?
he's just 2 years old.
Oh, cute. Yeah, they mirror everything at that age. Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
So when I noticed that, so I had to, no, I can't. There are some things I can't do in front of him anymore. But whenever I know, okay, these are good habits that I needed to exhibit, I show it in front of him to let him see. So those are leadership trait, building him leadership trait by action.
Yeah.
So sometimes I know he can listen, but he can't talk more. So I talk to him sometimes. Okay, then he's very good with pressing pad, what's it called, high pad and all those things. So we make sure what we put in there, they are very educative.
Yeah.
Not just games, anyhow games, educative. So these are part of where we are also building him. And consciously, once he gets to a stage, all those things will definitely add up to his own lifestyle and how to make decisions and all those things. So parental guidance is very, very important.
Yes,
well.
I agree. I agree. And I know my kids will be so upset when I say this, but so I have three sons that are all in college now. So where they grew up, they grew up literally in predominantly white community, but all the time when I and their schools also, that's it. So whenever I'm talking to them, I'm talking in Nigeria, you can't do this in Nigeria. Every day I would say, it's like, you know what, mom, we just tired about this. We're not in Nigeria. I say, well, this is what they do in Nigeria, you know, and they will roll their eyes sometimes and they would say, but do you know one of them, a message he sent to me? He says, Mommy, thank you so much for teaching us our culture. Now that we're in college, we actually feel we belong. They are now in Black Student Union, they are in Nigerian Student Union, you know, so it's like, this is my thing that I want to tell parents. Sometimes when we are talking to our children, they roll their, they argue. But I have to tell you, I am over 50. What my aunt used to tell me growing up, and I say, oh, whatever. Now, every day, if I'm going to make some hard decisions, her voice come to me. That thing that she was telling me not to do or do, I hear it. And that exactly what is happening with my kids now. They are like, okay, we understand. Now we understand who we are. You know, so as parents, I'm so glad you say this. We have a very, very good role. It's a serious role. And I know it's frustrating. We're talking them, they're in their iPad or in their phone, and you think they're not listening, but they actually are listening. My kids now are so into charity. And when I used to tell them, they see me doing things, I didn't know they're watching what I'm doing, but they're all doing something to better the communities where they are in college. So what you just say about your son, keep doing it because he is watching. And I hope that parents that are listening to this, please don't get frustrated and get tired. I did the mistake, you know, we used to teach them Hausa, and they would just make fun of it, and I got frustrated and I stopped talking in Hausa. So now and then I'm also Fulani, so I tried that. They make fun, and so I stopped. I regretted not insisting because now I see everything that I was telling them about Nigeria. They have embraced it now. How I wish I was patient enough with teaching them the dialect too. They would have been speaking both dialects. You know what I mean? So let's not give up as parents. It's not easy, but we can do it. So honestly, you're right about that. Parent has to play a role. But you know, when you say that, people will say, I beg, I'm here worrying about how I will bring food to the house. You are now telling me now I have to do what the government, you know what I mean? It's a typical answer you will get from on even educated parents. I know they are frustrated. They think that, you know what, because they are really struggling to make home ends meet and provide for the kids, the government, through the government, the kids should be better. But I think that it has to really start from us. And we also have to be able to hate ours for the world to love ours. What that means is that you have to be stern and really take away the love that you have for your child, to know that when they're doing wrong, to be very stern about it and say, this is not going to happen, in order for you to create that better person that the world will now be praising you for. But if you keep being, oh, I love my child, I can't punish my child, then the world is going to hate that child when they grow up, because, and at that time, that child is out of your control. So thank you so much. I hope the Nigerian government, and you know, also what I want to please, since you say you do things that the assembly, that, you know, you guys actually go, and is there a way you can tell them to introduce back after school program? You see, after school program, let's say the skits are done at 3 p.m., right? Or 2:30 p.m. Let them stay extra 2 hours to do something, either work in a farm or be creative. But that 2 hours can change one's life. because the more hours they have in their hands to go out there to hang out with their friends and get into trouble and now set them on the wrong course. If the government can add extra curriculum, which is those 2 to 2.5 hours, so that they are learning something that they can use later, I think that will be great for this. I don't know if they're doing it, but I'm just hoping that that could be another way to really curb the whole thing with the excessive use of drugs. And why this is happening is because they have so much time. They're idle, they're frustrated, they have nothing to do, and they fall into the wrong people.
Yeah, I think some state governments are still doing that.
Okay,
I think so.
good.
But I think one of the challenges has always been the resources to manage such program, and also the passion. Now we have educators who are not really passionate. They're
Yeah,
just there to escape poverty, just to make a living.
yeah,
Education is not necessarily a business. It's not supposed to be a business oriented this thing. Yeah, there is a business part for education,
yeah,
but as an educator, there are some stages that it has to be born out of passion.
yeah, yeah,
Because when you're trying to mold someone to become a better person, it takes a lot from you.
yeah,
It takes a lot when it comes to your time, your resources. So if as a teacher, as a secondary school teacher, you are earning, let's say 30,000 in a month, I'm not sure that kind of a teacher, if
yeah,
that person is
yeah.
driven by the money, such person will have time
It's
to
true.
model any student. So I think we need to now revisit the kind of people we bring in on board. And also it also dropped down to our own economy as well. The availability of jobs, who are we really bringing in to become an educator?
Yeah,
Are they passionate? Yes, I have a lot of friends who are doing a lot in the edu space.
yeah.
Yes, the training of teachers and all that. Yes, we are doing a lot, but I know sooner or later we'll get it right.
It's true. I have one more question, then I will open the floor for people to ask you question, because I see so many people sending messages. They're happy about what you're talking about. They're appreciating it. And so I am going to ask the tough question. What
Okay.
is in store for Musa Olatunji in the future? What should we be expecting from you, sir?
Yeah, I've always been running away from this question.
I know
But
you have to answer that one, right?
uh, okay, I think for the benefit of people that are listening, when I was so young, people usually ask me, "What do you want to become in the future?" I tell
Yeah,
them, I give them just a simple answer. I said, in the future, I'll be busy, but I don't know what exactly I'll be doing. But
yeah.
I know I'll not be doing the illegal stuff. I'll be
Uh,
doing I'll
thank
be
God.
busy. But I will definitely be busy. I
Okay.
know, and I know that business will either means I'm creating impact, because this is what gives me fulfillment. This
Yes.
is why I live every day.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is why I live. The fulfillment. Let me just do a short story. The
Yeah.
last company I left
Uh-huh.
was an oil and gas company,
Yeah.
and presently the CEO is a current governor of Enugu State.
Okay.
I was earning 6 figures. I was okay, but the fulfillment was not there, so I had
Yeah.
to leave. In fact, to the point that the HR knew that this guy, they all knew that they know I give value.
Yeah.
They don't want me to go, but at the same time they know I don't belong there, that I'm just doing it, that this is not where I actually belong to.
Yeah.
So in every stages of my life, I always have a mission given to me, a mandate given to me by God. That's
Yeah.
why I have a mission statement.
Yeah.
Every person that cross my path, I make sure I contribute to their success story. Not necessarily financial,
Yeah.
not necessarily financial. maybe through my action, maybe through word of advice, maybe through recommending, maybe through connecting. I know I've been doing that over the years, and this gives me fulfillment.
Yeah.
So don't let me be a politician. I know in the nearest future, it's either I lead a particular position in this country where I'm also going to contribute greater impact in a larger way.
Okay, so
Because
so we're seeing maybe the next senator, House of Rep, president, governor. Yeah.
you
Well, listen, there is nothing wrong to lead, to be in politics, if you are going to be a benevolent politician. See, the problem is that some of the politicians are coming into leadership for the wrong reasons. We want the likes of you to be in politics because you already have the passion and the hunger to see true change, not just in you, but in the people around you and beyond. So we'll be there for you. Wow, this is wonderful. So, any questions? Where is Rufai? Rufai, do we have any of audience members that want to ask Mr. Olatunji some question? Or they can just, you can read the chat, right? You can actually, they can post any question here. You can post, please. We have about how many minutes left? I think we have about 7 minutes to go, and then we're good. We started late, so I didn't want to shortchange you because so come on, we need some questions because I am out questioned myself. You know. And so the big name, Musa. Musa is a big name in everywhere in the world. It's Musa is Moses. So a lot of people ask me, Khuraira, what does your last name mean? My last name is in the Christian name is Moses. So I don't know if your Muslim name is Musa. So some people just based on where they grew up, they just use Musa. I'm from Plateau State. We have a lot of Christians that also bear Musa, but they're not Muslims, So yeah.
Okay, I think this is a question. Okay, it's a motivation. Thank you, Mark Jafar. Oh, my friend from Samfara.
Okay.
We served together in Kano.
Oh, wow. Oh, you did your service in Kano?
Nagode so say Baba Motum.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that is.
Thank you.
There are a lot of good comments, that people said. So yes, and in like also in regards to some of the what I want after like your program is also get list of places that people, if you want people to reach out to you, since you mentor, how you want them to reach out to you. That's a good one. I appreciate your commitment.
Okay. Thank you, my friend from Senegal. I can see a lot of my friends are.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We are
Thank you,
you have all over the world checking in.
Okay, thank you, Ola Dimeji. I can see you. Okay, yes. I'm always available. Most especially, I'm active, 24 hours active on via WhatsApp. Why I prefer to use WhatsApp it's because I'm almost active on every platform. But I love where we can easily communicate and have one-on-one conversation. So I prefer WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But for every other official engagement, I use either LinkedIn or my personal email.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Sometimes, if depending on the membership they have, LinkedIn is usually very hard to like call, send message to people. When I see that, I ignore it. But probably you don't. But as you said, WhatsApp, and I'm sure Rufai has all your information. And we would love, this. I like showcasing people like you that people can learn from, that also are willing to also carry them along after, because this is what this platform is all about. We're tired of just hearing just dark news. We should celebrate good news, celebrate good people, celebrate good things happening. I love what you said, that, despite everything people are saying, Nigeria is happening. Oh. So you hear me, people, investors, Nigeria has a population of 200 and over 220 million. And I would say, is it 60%? I would say young, of at least, 60% very young, right?
Yes.
So it's a young population. Apart from young population, also brilliant. And almost everyone that I feature, it's not that we do that we just kind of pick who we, all these smart people. But I realize people that are really had gone out there to do things actually also have big hearts to give. So it's not that we're the only criteria about being on Dialogue with Khuraira is that you are a humanitarian or you are an expert using your knowledge, your expertise, or your philanthropic activities to change, bring positive change to the community. So if you know anyone that wants to, or any of you that is watching, that you're making changes in your community, regardless where you are from in the world, it doesn't have to be just Nigeria, but my focus is really Nigeria, because I would just quickly, for people that are just maybe seeing this show for the first time, what really inspired me to start Dialogue with Khuraira is mentoring young people on Facebook. That is how I started. I saw that they were very, very smart. They have good hearts, but they didn't have people to guide them. So I thought creating Dialogue with Khuraira will bring people like the likes of you, so they can learn and be better and open more doors for them. And then I spoke at Rutgers and addressed 65 Mandela failures. I was blown away. Those 65 are all from different African countries, and all of them have NGOs changing lives. So, and that also made me want to do this so bad, so that the world can see what the African youths are doing. They are smart. They have big hearts, and they want to be more. Right?
I guess you've also joined the movement.
Yes, be more.
You have to be more.
Yeah,
You have to do more.
sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up. But so anyway, this brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much, everyone, and especially Babana, which Musa is my last name, so you're my father. So Babana and Ola.
Thank you very much for the platform. I really appreciate all what you're doing. When they reached out to me, and I had to read about what you do, so it's really inspired me that, oh, this is definitely one of the person that I definitely need to connect with and also learn from you.
Oh,
we appreciate your time. We appreciate your resources. It's
thank
not easy to be in the United States and have time for all this kind of a thing. The United States is known for the hustling. You have to get the dollar.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate the time, the resources, and we also appreciate the team who are working behind the scene, making sure everything is working perfectly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So everybody, and next Thursday is Thanksgiving here in America. So Dialogue with Khuraira will not be on, but we'll definitely, God willing, we will be back the Thursday after next week. So thank you all, and have a wonderful, blessed night. Thank you. Okay.